Big shout out to everybody who's been hanging out with us since 5 o'clock Eastern time. It's time to kick off the final games of the day. We've got Pavan taking on Joke, and it is going to be Pavan starting off with the ball first as the kick is away, and it goes out of the back of the end zone. And let's get to know these players a little better. Starting off with the 19-year-old Pavan Lockhart out of Yuba City, California, the Sacramento area, the Madden 19 club champion. He fought his way through the LCQ, really dominant performance as he earned one of those final 2 spots just last week. As we take a look at his abilities, TD, Michael Vick's got a couple of them.
It's the Mike Vick show. He didn't bring a halfback to the party. It's just Mike Vick, dashing deadeye, escape artist, hot route master, which is huge, and identifier. He loves that Mike Vick and that gun bunch. And he also has that Torrey Holt in the slot. We know how good that Torrey Holt is with slot-o-matic, playmaker, and then he's got John Ross with some abilities as well. So he's going to air it out every play. In that West Coast offensive playbook, like we said, he loves that gun bunch, but he's going to have to come with something a little bit different. Joke's going to be ready for that bunch.
Yeah, let's talk about Joke. If you haven't learned about him, you should probably learn his name. The number 1 seed, 1,900 MCS points, and he has been dominant in this tournament so far. 79 and 29 overall in the MCS in his career, and he started off this one 2-0 on the back of Gale Sayers. TD, looking at his abilities, it's those offensive linemen being nasty.
All about those nasty streaks and that identifier. Colton Miller, Brian O'Neill, those guys are pancaking everyone, all the DBs. He puts them at receiver to run the stretch, the off tackle, the dive. It's a super good run, heavy attack. On the defensive side, he also has those secure tacklers, but that power specialist is what you want to look out for. It's going to be up the middle at D tackle, going up against that bunch. He's going to need it. And Joke's in that Raiders playbook like we know. Run heavy out of I form, strong. He's going to mix up his formations and try to get the ground game going with Gale Sayers.
What a matchup we have here. We got Joke and Pavan that we're going to be watching. We're going to be keeping an eye on Volt and Boogs, though, because depending on how this game goes, that game becomes all the more interesting. Let's head inside Pizza Hut Stadium and get this one underway. Joke has already run through Boogs. Quick work. He went through Voltrax. Quick work. Gale Sayers has been the answer. He's got 7 touchdowns on the day, but we're going to be starting off with that Joke defense, which has bottled up both a passer in Boogs and a runner in Volt. He should be prepared to take on the Madden 19 club champion Pavan, who has felt his own share of pressure having to qualify through the last chance qualifier. Here we go. It is Pavan on offense first. The familiar gun bunch formation for the 19-year-old as Holt comes in motion from right to left. It's Michael Vick, the lefty, rolling out left side, looking down the field. He's got a crosser, and that crosser, you can't spell cross without Ross. John Ross with the catch.
There's that John Ross, and Joe talked about this earlier. He had success versus Boogs because Boogs doesn't have any abilities on his receivers. Pavan definitely has abilities on his receivers. He has that cross specialist on John Ross, and you saw it there. He ran the crossing route, burned the man-to-man, got a wide-open first play. Huge play for Pavan to start this game.
Yeah, he burned that man-to-man. He ran a 4.2240 at the Combine. One of the the fastest ever at the NFL Combine, breaking Chris Johnson's 4.240 record. 4.244. It's a quick throw to the slot. Oh, Jerome Baker with one hand. Some guys use 2 hands to pick the ball up, and Jerome Baker has just put a touchdown on the board, and he only needed 1.
The defensive mastermind, Raydel Brito, a.k.a. Joke, with a huge pick 6 to start the game and takes the lead 7-0. Wow.
The lurk goes to work, and how about Jerome Baker just sticking out one hand and says, give me that. 2 plays in, we got a touchdown. Unfortunately for Pavan, who started off with the ball, he's not the one who put the touchdown on the board. As we take a look at our Snickers replay, TD, it was just a straight-up user lurk.
Just a nasty lurk with that Jerome Baker, and Joke said VY, told him about that Jerome Baker, shot out his boy, and he comes up with a huge play in this tournament for him. Great defense.
What a start for Joke. It always takes such a weight off your chest when you're able to start with a defensive touchdown. The offense hasn't even seen the field, and Joke has a 7-0 lead. Vick on 1st and 10, rolling out left. And he'll have to throw this one away. TD, listen, Gale Sayers was putting up the big numbers for Joke, but man, how impressive has his defense been all day long?
Man, that Jerome Baker has been doing everything for him. He just having a spy right there, able to track down Vick. So Jerome Baker doing everything for him, just playing great defense as Pavan goes a little whip route right there, getting some yards back.
A little whip route to Torrey Holt, the 7-time Pro Bowler, with the catch. 3rd and 3 for Michael Vick and Pavan's offense. Looking to put a touchdown for his own team on the board. He's got a wheel route up the sidelines. He'll find Holt over the middle. And we saw this in the LCQ, TD. Pavan and Torrey Holt, they go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, without a doubt. That Torrey Holt in the slot is so crucial for Pavan. He's got playmaker on. He's got so many abilities. As you saw right there, that playmaker ability allowed that route to kind of come back to the left side. That's what the playmaker does, and he's able to convert. He looked like he had that wheel route down the sideline as well, but he takes that playmaker route.
Screamer off the edge. We saw this a couple times in the first 2 games. Marshawn Lattimore comes off the edge and brings down Michael Vick. He may have over 6,000 rushing yards, but he didn't even have a chance to get out of the pocket. 2nd and 16 for Vick. This time only a 3-man rush. As he'll look underneath, he'll find Torrey Holt. Ty, I've been so impressed with how Joke has mixed up his defensive looks. You just never know how many players are coming on the blitz.
Yeah, he really disguises his coverage as well. And that's the one thing, when you play defense at a competitive level, you want to disguise everything. Make everything look the same, but sometimes send 3, sometimes send 7. Joke does that brilliantly. And his secondary is built so good. He has the best, fastest players in his secondary, and it's been huge for him.
Over the middle of the field, that's Josh Cribbs. Speaking of speed, the former Kent State Golden Flash showing some flash of athleticism with a diving catch at the 26.
Oh, I did catch it. Okay.
Great dot right there with that deep post. Joke was in a cover 2 look. That deep post, one of the best cover 2 beaters in Madden, right up the middle. Pavan upset. He thinks if he would have caught that, he would have had a bigger play, maybe even a touchdown. He ended up possession catching it, and but still a big play nonetheless. Now he's in business at the 26-yard line.
Here comes Vick, and there's the screamer off the edge, and down goes Vick. 3 straight drives. Joke has started with a sack on 1st down. Pavan's been able to deal with it so far as he's at the 33-yard line. Quickly back to the line on 2nd and 17. And Vick dropping back to pass, only a 3-man rush, and looking to the corner out to John Ross, and he did not get the feet in bounds. It's going to be a 3rd and long.
Yeah, can't get his feet in bounds. And like you said earlier, Nick, Joke doing a great job mixing up his coverages. He brought the blitz there on 1st down, then 2nd down there, only rushed 3. I think he might see him bring the heat here. Let's see if Pavan can pick it up. He's in field goal range, so he doesn't want to take a big sack here.
Vick dropping back. It's pressure. It's picked up nicely, though. Oh, he might have had the corner out there. Instead, he takes off with Vick, picks up 5, and will settle for 3 to cut into this lead.
Yeah, smart play by Pavan. It looked like he kind of had a couple routes there, but they were a little bit risky, and he didn't want to make any bad decisions, able to just get out of bounds, take his 3, and get back on defense.
I'm still amazed by that pick. That wasn't the best read, but he was not.
Again, the last time these two met was in the Madden 19 Club Championship quarterfinal. Joke and Pavan, of course, 3-time club champions. Joke representing the Browns, Pavan representing the Raiders. 26-14, Pavan took down Joke in that quarterfinal. Right now, Joke with the 7-3 lead. Here in the first quarter, TD, I would like to ask you, do you think Gale Sayers is going to get a couple carries?
I think he's going to get every carry since he's using a punter at quarterback. Shout out to Tress Way at quarterback. But, Nick, to your point, we talked to Joke, and he said his biggest game in this group, he thought he could beat every opponent, but his biggest game was he wanted revenge versus Pavan. He lost to Pavan last year in the Madden 19 Club Championship. Of course, Pavan went on to win that $100,000, win the belt. So Joke looking for revenge in this big game.
Yeah, he said he felt like that was a game he had control of, and Pavan got incredibly lucky. And, Ty, as a pro player, when you hear somebody say, well, he got really lucky against me, does that light your fire a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it can. It's going to happen in Madden. Everyone's going to kind of get lucky. You just got to kind of and when it happens where you lose the game, that's when it really hurts. But you got to bounce back no matter what. And we'll see what Joe can do on his first drive here. A little halfback dive, Gale Sayers.
That shouldn't have been 4 yards.
As the run to the left side picks up 4. Gale Sayers, we've seen it, Ty. He seems to get tough yards, and sometimes it's an easy touchdown. We've seen the offensive line open up some gaps in the defense where he goes untouched, but it's those other runs where he's able to pick up 4, 5, or 6 that is so impressive. Pavan says, how about you lose a couple?
Yeah, so this is where it gets really interesting now, guys, because look, Pavan is in that 3-3-5 wide, which is the best run D without a doubt at this point in the year. But like we were talking about earlier, those nasty streaks at receiver can pancake the DBs in this nickel 3-3-5 wide, specifically the slot corner. So it's really a chess match right now. Who's going to get advantage? Is it going to be the pancakers or is it going to be the defense? And so far, Pavan looks good.
And you remember last year, Ty, watching Pavan at the club championships. I mean, he really, I don't want to say revolutionized the defense, but running that 3-3-5, that loop defense, it's what everybody was running when it came Madden Bowl time last year.
Yeah, definitely, and big defensive stand right there by Pavan. You know, what a good matchup so far. Let's see what Pavan can do on offense. I'm very impressed with Pavan on defense right there. Had that 3-3-5 wide defense looking really good versus Joke's heavy run attack.
Yeah, so far, Joke, who was so dominant in the first two games, has been bottled up a little bit to begin this one. Plenty of time left as we're just into the second quarter. Vic outside the pocket. He's waiting for that crosser to get over there, but it was a nice use of a spy by Joke, not letting Mike Vick get outside.
Yeah, Pavan's actually doing something very interesting. He's coming out in bunch. He puts his receiver on the bunch side in the post, then flips it. So he has a nice crosser coming from the solo side. We saw that a lot last year, or actually a couple years ago. Michael Skimbo actually won the Classic last year doing that same route combo out of the Pat Sale play in bunch. Pavan creating that because it's not in the game this year, but he's creating that with his hot route master.
Madden 19, Madden 20, so different games. What you saw last year, man, it looks like a totally different franchise this year with the addition of X-Factor abilities. First down and 10 for Pavan. As Torrey Holt goes in motion to the right side. Three-man rush from Joke. Nice pickup on the blitz. The halfback with a little cut block and allows Mike Vick to escape the pocket and throw that one away.
Yeah, good defense right there by Joke. I really like what Pavan's doing, though. He's not like when we saw Joke play Boogs kind of stayed with the same play or two plays all game. Joke was all over it. Pavan kind of mixing up his play calls and, you know, risky pass right there, but he looks pretty decent on offense.
This group, one of the more unique groups as you look through the 16-player field. 2 runners and 2 passers, and neither of them really balanced at all. Pavan and Boogs almost exclusively passing the ball. Joke and Volt, well, they've yet to put the ball in the air, so it's battle of styles here in Group A. 3rd and 4, look at the corner route. That's dangerous because Denzel Ward's over there. You don't throw into the Ward's Ward. It's a turnover once again for Joke.
Great user pick by Joke. Very risky pass by Pavan. He should not have thrown that. Looked like he might have had the post over the top. And Joke with a huge pick. And here we go. Back to Gale Sayers.
Here goes Gale right side. Nice shoestring tackle to pick up 4. How frustrating has it got to be for Pavan after getting a defensive stop on Joke and forcing a 3-and-out to turn the ball right back over?
Yeah, Pavan, not a guy that usually makes a lot of mistakes, but so far in this game, 2 picks already. That first one, obviously, the pick 6. And there, you know, a big pick right there was kind of a dagger. He had a decent drive going. He had the momentum, and Joke's defense came out strong. And, you know, to your point, Nick, earlier about this group, all 4 of these guys, these are must-win games. That's the beauty of this group right now. Oh, nice defense right there.
Oh my God, man! If I play some good offense this game.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to group play. As James Coe mentioned, that's the great part of group play is, you know, we saw in the Madden Challenge, Noah started out in his group 1 and 2, but he made it out. He got to the wild card game, and he ended up winning the belt. So every game matters in the round robin format.
Oh, 1,000%. Getting that bye is huge. But also, you know, if you get in the wild card round, you kind of can play an extra game. You kind of get more momentum. So obviously you want that bye. But sometimes, like we saw with Noah in the challenge, getting that momentum coming from a wild card game can be beneficial too.
As once again, Pavan's defense standing tall and forcing Joke into another punt. First time we've seen Joke's offense not really work. And, you know, I did wonder, you know, talking about Pavan qualifying for the LCQ, how much of a benefit, as you mentioned, playing that wild card game to get you some reps, how much of a benefit do you think it is for Pavan having to go through the LCQ grind to get here late in the MCS season?
I'm sure he didn't want to be in that position, but once he got there, he made the most out of it. He said, okay, I got this opportunity. I'm going to try to win. He did. He got the momentum. So looking back, it looks like it was a great idea, but I'm sure he didn't want that, but it ended up working out for him.
Oh my God, I'm catching him.
And don't forget, Pavan's lone top finish in a major this year was at the clubs, another salary cap tournament. He took 5th as Vic gets sacked on back-to-back plays. This time it's prime time in the backfield.
Man, and that Frank Clark was just coming untouched up the middle. That Frank Clark power specials is insane, and then Dion's able to clean it up on the outside. And now Pavan looks like he's happy just running this clock out, going to the half down 4.
Well, here goes outside of the pocket. Playmakering up the field, but no one's there. He'll slide down inbounds, force Joke to take that timeout, and that's a heady play from Pavan at 19-year-old. Ty, it almost feels like he's a veteran already.
Yeah, Pavan plays very mature for his age. He always plays usually conservative. I mean, this game he kind of threw those 2 bad picks, but usually Pavan's very in control of himself, knows what he's doing. He's got to get a good punt here because you don't want to give Joke any time before the half.
Well, he lets Sanders receive it, gets to the 46-yard line. 5 seconds on the clock, an opportunity for a run. You can hear Pavan saying, Ty, he is 100% blaming himself. 2 bad picks in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. That's very uncharacteristic of Pavan. And right here, Joke is going to try to get busy. He's got one chance. Can he pull out his inner Volterax, get jiggy with it, and make something happen?
He's already up 7-3. Franco Harris split out to the left. He's going to give it to Sayers, who runs into Harris. And that slowed him up, and that will take us to zeros on the clock. 7-3, the score in this one. And what a surprising first half here in this final game of Group A play. Ty, are you surprised at how this has gone?
Yeah, I mean, kind of a defensive struggle, but the game has kind of been played into Joke's hands, which he likes. And both guys been impressive on defense, though.
Guys, make sure you head over to the Madden Competitive Gaming channel on YouTube for access to each and every match from the Madden NFL 20 Bowl, as well as every match from this Madden Championship Series season. Make sure to subscribe as we update throughout the week during group play at the Bowl. The Madden Competitive Gaming YouTube channel is the official home for VODs of all the best matches, including that Voltrax Boogs game going on here. Throughout the year, that's where Madden Competitive Gaming channel on YouTube, that is where Madden Competitive lives. So make sure you hit that subscribe button over there, guys, because you're going to want to keep up on all the action. We've got a good one here between Joke and Pavan. It is defense being the story. Joke forcing 2 turnovers, but Pavan staying in this game, stopping that rushing attack. It is 7-3 at the half tie. It's weird. Joke has the lead, but you do wonder, man, if Pavan didn't throw either one of those picks, you feel like he'd be in control.
Yeah, you nailed it on the head, Nick. I think Pavan, with those 2 big turnovers, being still in the game, only down 4 is a huge benefit for him. I feel like this game could have got blown open by Joke, but Pavan staying alive.
It's like one of the Bee Gees. Staying alive, staying alive. So that marks the first time in the history of any broadcast that there has been a Roddy Ricch reference followed by a Bee Gees reference.
What's next?
Don't try to delve into my mind, man. It's not pretty. It's a jumbled mess in there. How about Pavan, by the way, with the shank to start this second half and giving Joke great field position?
Yeah, mental mistake right there by Pavan. Joke almost in field goal range here. He has the best kicker in the game, Zane Gonzalez. So he only needs about 5-10 yards, and he's in field goal range. Like right now, I think he's in field goal range. So mental mistake by Pavan to start this second half.
How about Franco Harris with the carry there, the 1976 NFL Man of the Year, Pittsburgh Steeler legend. And you got to love the build that Joke is going with for running the ball. He has the opportunity to sub in Franco Harris to take some of the load when Sayers is plagued by fatigue. Right there, that was Ed Reed shooting the gap and bringing out Sayers once again in the backfield. Ty, I think this is the most I've seen Gale Sayers get tackled in the backfield, more than the first 2 games combined.
Yeah, great defense by Pavan right there. Coming free with the linebacker. Now 3rd and 9. Joke going to go with the zone weak. And great defense again.
And you can see Joke, the frustration building, as he's going to be forced to punt this one away. So let's talk about this. 7-3 the score right now. Joke's offense has put up 0 points in this game. The only touchdown being a pick 6 as Pavan will get the ball at the 11-yard line.
Man, Joke was in field goal range too at the 42, and he took that big loss. So, you know, this hasn't been the prettiest game from either guy. Both guys kind of making mental mistakes. I'm disappointed in both guys, but someone's got to take advantage. Someone's got to get something going here.
There's Torrey Holt over the middle, missed tackle, and Holt will get up to the 35-yard line. That 9 of 14, 157 passing the ball for Pavan, and a lot of it to Torrey Holt. With those abilities, showing off the versatility in the slot. Is on 1st and 10. Vic dropping back. Outside of the pocket, looks underneath, finds John Ross. He'll pick up 2.
Yeah, nice little play right there. Motions over that drag, so he has a flood concept coming to that bunch side, and then he has a backside deep post. But let's see. Oh, what happened here? Joke called timeout, so that could be a crucial timeout later in the game. Big timeout right there by Joke.
Yeah, Pavan, you know, he actually called the play to get Joke to call timeout. He told him to call timeout because he came out in that near formation, and Joke was not prepared for that. How many is one of those precious second half timeouts? 2nd and 8, pressure, nice low pass. It's set inaccurate, but that looked like a pretty good dot to Torrey Holt.
Yeah, beautiful play. There's that popular route combo we see all the time with that crossing route and then the slant coming from the other side. Pavan goes to it again. I love the way he's switching up his plays here.
Holt 10th all-time in receiving yards, and he is the key to Pavan's offense. John Ross gets absolutely lit up by Jerome Baker, and you see him staring him down saying, I still held on to that catch.
Yeah, Pavan with some of the best vision. You know, Joke kind of bit down on that whip route just for a second, and Pavan recognized that through the post behind him. Great read, great dot by Pavan.
Vic in trouble, and that's what Michael Vick, you see the fist pump from Pavan, knowing he made the right choice at quarterback, avoiding the sack and forcing a 2nd and 10.
Joke's D-line is insane. Those guys are coming through so fast. Only a 3-man rush right there. He's able to get through. Pavan lucky to be able to throw that away.
That is why you have escapability at quarterback. 2nd down and 10. This low-scoring defensive affair. Shout out to everybody who's been hanging out with us. Make sure you tune back in tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern time for more action. As that's a dangerous throw. Reed almost got over there. A little risky for the Madden 19 club champion.
Looks like he had the streak right behind him. If he would have passed lead to the outside, Joe kind of brought all the heat right there. Everything was open. Pavan, you know, didn't really see it, threw underneath, and now a big 3rd and 4.
Wow. Joke, this is the first time we've seen Joke, you know, really frustrated on the ropes. It's been such an easy ride for him so far. It was so valuable.
Yeah, Nick, those timeouts can be huge. Oh my goodness.
I don't see Joke laying down on the bed in this game. It's 3rd and 4, and Joke, the pressure gets home. It was Marshawn Lattimore around the corner, and once again, Pavan with a nice drive, but it stalls out. He'll have to settle for 3. A 51-yard attempt is up. It is good. We got a 1-point ball game.
I wanted a PD, man.
Joke, great timing right there. When he knows how to dial up the blitz, he does just that. Comes up with a big sack, able to hold Pavan to 3. But, you know, Joke's got to kind of get points on the board because losing those timeouts, if he has to punt again, Pavan only needs a field goal. He can basically use all the clock and kick that game in a field goal. So this is a big drive for Joke.
Ty, I got to say, one of my favorite things about the live events, you know, in these little breaks we've had, I've been able to go on Twitch and check out the watch parties and seeing guys like Dubby and Problem and K-Mac. I was hanging out in BG Fam's watch party, talking with the guys as they were, you know, doing a little bit of armchair quarterbacking at home. So big shout out to everybody in the Twitch chat and all you guys hosting those watch parties and supporting competitive Madden. We wouldn't be here without you. 1st and 10, Gale Sayers, more of the same. Look at that. I'm doing my math there. Yep, my high school math says that's 2 yards of carry.
Yeah, Pavan's run defense has looked a lot better here. You know, let's look good all game, but really dialed in right now. 2nd and 8. Let's look for a halfback dive again with Gale Sayers.
Come on, Warner.
Oh, he gets outside. Can he find some room? He finally will get to the 40-yard line. Give him 10 on that carry. That's how locked down it's been. The 10-yard carry felt like a 70-yarder.
Man, Pavan was there for it, but Gale Sayre is just way too fast, able to get to the outside, fall forward for a big first down. We're headed to the fourth quarter.
This game far from over with major implications here in group play. Joke with a win would get to 3-0 and seal the bye. Pavan with the win, and we may have pure chaos. How about this? 7-6, a 1-point game. Heading to the fourth quarter, Joke with the ball, and it's been Pavan's defense that's been able to lock down Joke early in this game. It's time, folks. Let's head to the fourth quarter, presented by Creamy Snickers. You're not smooth when you're hungry.
This party's garbage.
That bad, huh?
It is that bad. It's like a bag of zeros.
Try this Creamy Snickers. You could use a little smoothness.
Is that one of the zeros?
Get smooth with the fresh ground nut butters and creamy Snickers.
Well, let's get back to it. 5 minutes remain in this one. Joke with the slim lead, and he's got the ball, and it's the Gale Sayre show trying to get going. Hasn't been easy against this Pavan defense. It's crazy, Ty, as I've been thinking back in this game. It doesn't feel like Joke's winning, but I look at the scoreboard, and he's got a 1-point lead.
Sometimes it seems that's how Joke, all his games go. You know, he just kind of stays in the game, plays great defense, does just enough on offense to get by. He's doing just that right here. He's going to use some of this clock now, try to pick up a couple first downs.
If I get a hit stick off right there, that might be a fumble.
He's begging for that hit stick. Pavan down by 1, has a 3rd and 6 defensively upcoming. I want to make sure he shouted out all his fans and supporters at home, his social media manager, Sahil, and you know, he's been grinding on that Twitch grind and YouTube grind, putting out content, so we want to make sure to let everybody know, hey, hit the follow button. Make sure you follow all these 16 guys on their socials. As Sayers gets outside on 3rd and 6, trying to find some room, and Eric, how about the tackle from Justin Reed wrapping up Gale Sayers?
Big defense from the belt winner, and here we go. He's going to give himself a chance. Joke has to punt. Pavan coming out in that quarter 3 deep, being very safe, aware of that fullback run. And now Pavan's going to get a chance to go on a money drive.
Well, and here we go. It's a great punt to the 3-yard line. Ty, we asked Pavan what is his key to success. He said staying cool, calm, and collected, and not getting afraid when you're in an uncomfortable position. Try to make yourself as easy as you can be, and he says the music in his ears and the gum in his mouth, those are the 2 things that keep him even keel. Well, you want to talk about an uncomfortable position. How about on the 3-yard line? He's going to try to take off with Vic, and he's going to be now at the 2-yard line, a little more uncomfortable offensively.
Yeah, he's going to have to stay really calm here if he wants to go on a money drive. Difficult situation on the 2-yard line. You're kind of backed up. You in an ideal world, you want to run the ball here, but he didn't bring a running back. He only has the 11 cap Jalen Samuels. He's going to force the pass. It's going to be very scary.
And yeah, Joke knew that. He brought the screamers. He quickly finds Winslow, and guess what? He picks up nothing. 3rd and 11. Can Joke's defense stand tall and possibly put points on the board? What will Pavan do offensively as he is facing? He's in the shadow of his own end zone. The goalposts are right on the numbers on his back. Motioning Ross right to left back into the bunch. Cribbs alone on the right side. 2:17 and counting. Pressure off the edge. Down goes Vic, and Joke gets a safety. And that is exactly what the #1 seed needed to get a little emotion in his game.
Oh my God.
What a dagger right there, and that's what the best defensive player does, and he does it in a critical moment, gets a big safety, and is going to get the ball with almost 2 minutes to go. Wow, what a stand by Joke.
It is ironic they call it a safety because Michael Vick was anything but safe. And how big are those 2 points? It's now a full field goal lead. And with that kick out of bounds, great field position for Joke as we'll hit the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, a costly mistake by Pavan right there. Something you cannot afford to do. And now if Pavan goes on to lose this game, interesting to see what's going on in the other game, because now, you know, if Boogs can win, all guys can be 1 and 2. It's going to get interesting here as we get to the down to the wire.
1 first down. Let's go.
Sayers picks up the first down, and Pavan will have to use one of his timeouts. First down, though, that's big. It starts using those timeouts, Ty, but the bigger thing is he's in field goal range, so even with the stop, he's going to use a lot of clock and be up by 6.
Yeah, use a lot of clock, make it a touchdown game. You saw Joke go on conservative here. He does not want any fumble, any chance of a fumble. He's just going to run the ball 3 times and take his field goal.
It's 9-6 here. Final game of Group A. 4 straight days of group play, so make sure y'all come on back over the next 3 days as up the middle goes Sayers. And it's crazy to think, Ty, and again, it's before our time, but maybe we can ask Boogs or One Great User. I mean, talk about a running back in Gale Sayers whose career cut short by injury. I mean, he tried to come back in 1972. I read this story. He tried to come back in 72. In the preseason, he got to play in the first preseason game with the Bears. He fumbled twice in his first 3 carries and went, I'm hanging him up.
Wow, I did not know that. and there we see Pavan gets the big stop he wanted, and Jokes looks like he's going to go for it. He wants to end this thing right here.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Can Pavan's defense stand tall one more time and give him a chance? Clock running down. See if Joke even snaps the ball as he's going to motion Thomas back to the right side. I wonder if he's just going to run this down and maybe take a delay of game. He'll take a timeout. So there are no timeouts left. There's no more stopping the clock. And Joke going to kick the field goal. Ty, I was really pumped there to see an aggressive play from Joke.
Yeah, I mean, he took the conservative approach. I don't know about it. Sometimes, you know, you got to let him hang. You got to take the chance right there. I don't know about it, but Joke, always confident in his defense, like we said, one of the best defensive players in the world, and that's what it's going to come down to. He's going to put the ball. What a way to end the game. We're going to have Pavan, who's known for his offense, Joke, who's known for his defense. Here we go for these guys. You want to be the main event. You want to be the guy. You want to be known as the best in the world. Boys, the floor is yours. I can't wait to see the money drive. Here we go.
Shout out to our guy RG at home who'd be yelling about it's the guap drive, boys and girls. No timeouts. We got a minute on the clock. Vic outside the pocket, looking over the middle of the field. Pressure inaccurate. He had the post route, but it falls to the ground.
Yeah, a little risky right there, trying to go to the post. Joke all over it. Back in the bunch, going to flip it here. Look for that same route combo. He loves that solo side post, the little corner route on the bunch side.
Vic outside the pocket. How about the playmaker there from Torrey Holt? Shook off the defender, and Pavan's inside of midfield. Clock running. The runoff will apply. 12 seconds down. Now 33 on the clock. Nice throw from Pavan and a better playmaker from Torrey Holt, the former NC State Wolfpack.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Here we go. He's going to have to get out of bounds. If he doesn't, he's only going to have about 2 plays. He's going to have to, if he stays in bounds, he's going to have to spike it real quick. He'll have about 1 or 2 plays after that. But he's got to get something down the field. He's got to get something deep.
Saying he glitched him. Can he get something down the field? There's nothing there.
That post. Oh, man, I forgot.
You can hear Pavan begging for it.
Yeah, Pavan wants that deep post on the solo side. Joke notices that. He's trying to bring the zones down that bunch side to go to the post. He's doing the same exact thing again.
Here you go, Cribbs in motion. Only a 3-man rush. So he throws that post route. Oh, Ross catches in front of Mays. He could have had a pick, but instead, John Ross with an absolute robbery. 11 seconds left, and Pavan only has 22 yards to a tie ball game.
Joke thought he could have clicked on and picked that, and here we go. 11 seconds. Is the kid clutch? Can Pavan cook one up? He needs 22 yards for glory. Can he do it? He ran commit.
He ran commit, and John Ross is in the end zone. Oh, he brought 10 guys into the backfield, and John Ross has the easiest touchdown of his career. This extra point, it's up, it's good. TD, we have mayhem in Group A.
Oh my God, in all my years of competitive Madden, I've never seen anything like it. On the biggest play of the game, Joke ran commit. It was a complete accident. Pavan took advantage, and he's going to possibly win the game on that. Oh my God, this is incredible.
I know this is going to make some people happy at least.
The run commit heard around the Madden world. Joke with the accidental run commit, and Pavan takes advantage. 13-12 with the lead. Does Joke have a miracle in him? Sayers with the spin move. Zeros on the clock, and Pavan takes down the undefeated Joke, and we have ourselves quite a scrap here in Group A. What a finish to this game.
Unbelievable. One of the craziest plays you'll ever see in competitive Madden on this type of stage. Joke with a major letdown. Pavan takes advantage, and he could possibly win this group now going 2-1. Wow.
Absolutely crazy. It feels like, Ty, at the finish of this game, you know, we were saying it didn't feel like Joke was winning. So at some point, you start to go, man, Pavan got the win, but, you know, he sort of deserved it with a win in this final game. What a finish we had here.